Do. Kidoki. Hi for the 19th time. Yeah. Golden, should I play the game? Should I? Should I play the game? I don't know. I don't know if I want to play the Nioh 2, even though I started streaming Nioh 2. Okay. Sorry, I was a little deep in thought there. Let me catch up on chat. Also, this time I was a troll, now I can finally leave you. Hey, what's up, wizard? Here's some for some Neo 3 speculations, yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, there's a lot of speculation and stuff. Like, I'm curious about some of the changes that will inevitably have to be made to Neo 3. Because, for example, the deflect mechanic, how is that going to work with things like Backwave Tempest, right? Like, I'm guessing at least a Backwave Tempest will be like just a consistent like deflect into Tempest, but I'm not sure. Spear, for example, I guess like moves like Cuckoo's Call aren't really altered. But one thing that I was curious about was like Axe and Spinning Slide. Are hatchets in Neo 3? Based on some out of bounds footage, it seems to be the case for Ninja Style. But right, continuing with this thought, Spinning Slide, that's gonna be adjusted, and guess it kind of has to be, right? Some of the timely guard parries, like, I don't know how much that's going to be adjusted. We didn't get to see bolting boar. Like, any of these deflect-based parries that might be in Nioh 3, like, they're going to have to be altered. Or like, let's say Tonfa's a ninja style, for example. Right? Like, what's going to happen to impenetrability? Or hatchets, as I saw, or I thought they might be a ninja style. What's going to happen to Tile Shaker? Actually, that might not be a big deal, since it's... You could probably just have that in ninja style anyway. Yeah, like, I'm very curious about how it's all going to work. Yeah, maybe they'll split it, but I think for me, with Axe being a samurai style, which, based on the out-of-bounds footage, seems to be the case, like, how are they going to rework this? How are deflects going to be cool, but how are parries going to also be cool? Because the argument could be, well, like, I can just block, I can deflect, like, everything in the game. So why go for the parries in the first place? That's too much risk. What about the reward? Or like with sword, you have all these parries, right? You've got Leaf Glide, which, okay, gives you some damage, which I guess can be cool. Haze is a little different, but like, you know, that's quite a big risk compared to just, I mean, all things considered, like, Backwave is really not that risky compared to committing to Haze, compared to committing to Water Shadow, for example. Right, or with dual swords, we saw some evidence they might have, like, deflecting cut. But then it's like, well, then why use Shrike? Is it really worth it? So I think it's just one of those things I'm curious about that we'll have to see. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Can I show you some cool Kusarigama stuff? Yeah. There are some questions I need to catch up on. But hold on. So Chancellor is asking, so quick question, if Nioh 3 turns out not as good as it looks, would it be fair to criticize it? Absolutely. And what would you consider the wrong direction, in my opinion? That's a good question. I think, for me, one thing that would weaken Nioh 3 would be diluting certain mechanics, certain complexities. I think what's appealing to me about Nioh 3 is that there is greater creative possibilities in the first place. So I don't want things to be overly simplistic. I would like it to be relatively, like, simple to learn, but have, like, a very high skill ceiling. I don't want the skill ceiling to be impacted. I want it, if anything, need to be higher. I'm okay with having a lower skill floor to, like, enjoy the game to start off with, but, like, I just don't want a cheapened experience. So that would be, like, probably the biggest thing. And here would be, like, a great example of something I do not want outside of that. Let me equip Kusarigama for right now. I do not want freaking dual ninja swords to have, like, 5 billion parries. Please. Like, there's 4 parries competing for 1 slot. Like, seriously. Like, that's just irritating. I want each weapon to feel good. So, wrong direction for dual swords would be keeping it like this. Like it was in Nioh 2. If the skill expansion mod still gets me bored out of it, then I think that's a problem. So that's what I would say. Let me play some Kusarigama real quick before I forget. You like this move? Yeah, that's a fun one. There you go. Hope that was kind of a cool showcase. Yeah, the body slam. Alright, there we go. There's some Kusa gameplay, hopefully gives you a few ideas. Let me catch up on some channel stuff. Oh, some comments. Can you jump out of or animation cancel jump during skills that take you into the air? Yeah, you can use Guardian Spirit skills to do that. Guardian Spirit skills are pretty much your animation cancel for just about anything. There are even some Guardian Spirit skills that work differently in the air. So you're not even really fully committed to the jump. Alright, so free clip. What mindset should you have when going into Nioh? Should you treat it like a Souls-like or something entirely new? I would say treat it like something totally new. Because from experience, when I was actually playing Bloodborne, I did try to treat it like a Souls-like. And I got my ass handed to me. But even when I didn't get my ass handed to me, after learning the game a lot, I actually missed out on a lot of cool options that the game has. When it comes to a lot of the stylistic combo play, when it comes to a lot of the builds and whatnot. So I didn't really get to appreciate Nioh for its entire unique identity that it has. But once I was able to tap into that, I had a lot more fun. So more than anything else, I would say when it comes to approaching Nioh 2 or Nioh 3 now that it's coming out, is just go in with an open mind. Try to experience it for what it's for. Now, if you find that it feels similar to a Souls-like, fair. But if you don't, after being open-minded to it, great. But either way, you'll have given the game a fair shot, and you can enjoy it more. I don't know if that warrants a clip, though. Okay. Good question. If you're gonna fight around with Kusarigama, how would I play? I would try to be a little out of melee range because I can use that to my advantage with Kusarigama with a lot of attacks. And yeah, that would probably be the biggest thing. No, there's no Gaki mod. Stop. Have you beat the game with Sudama Soul Core? I mean, I've used Sudama. I don't know if I've beat it. Streamline's greater than simplify. Oh, okay. That's a better word choice. I think making things more intuitive and simpler to understand is good, as long as there are more additions and subtractions. I think so far we're getting that in Nioh 3. Right. Right. It's also difficult to tell, like, all the changes that they're making, so, like, I can't say, but I would definitely want, like, the pathway to getting to mastery for, say, Nioh 3 to be, like, a lot cleaner. Like, better tutorials, basically. Better guides. So that would be, like... That's what I would want. I don't want them to cheapen anything. But I have faith they won't. And from my experiences in the Nioh 3 Alpha, even with a lot of limited stuff, which of course sucks, like, it was... I got overwhelmed. I'm like, bro, this whole Frost Moon thing, this whole Arts Gauge thing, this ninjutsu stuff, I'm like, it's a lot to process. And, like, style shifting, and there's, like, a ton of customization, but it was cool. I liked it, all things considered. Right, Golden Seed, I'm pretty sure they will, because they put a feedback option. I put in my feedback where I'm like, no, I want more complexity. Please, give me more, like, avenues to do really cool things. Differentiate myself in a way, in, like, a meaningful way, in a cool way. Like, I want to play around with everything. It's fun. It's fun to learn all that and figure it out. Alright, if people don't have questions right now, I think I'll just go play a little bit. The scrolls and yin yang thing gave me brain damage until I knew what they are. Yeah, I was like, the yang position, the yin position. I'm like, alright, I guess. And then, like, that was already a lot. The changes to soul cores was a lot. And then beyond that, what was there? Yeah, like, just learning samurai style and ninja style. Like, trying to decide what to pick, and, like, I was like, that's a lot. It's cool. Damn, is it, like, a little bit taxing. What skills trees should I focus on? I just focus on my weapon trees, so I'm curious what the samurai and ninja trees are for. Should new players focus on weapon trees or invest in samurai and ninja, or both? I think, if we're talking about Nioh 2, with Nioh 2, definitely fill in your samurai tree. Like, this is your bread and butter for, like, everything. Ninja tree is a little more optional. In Nioh 3, I would say get everything. The soul core change was a straight up downgrade, and it's a fact. I mean, yeah. Soul cores are not the way that they function in Nioh 2. They're talismans or castable spells. That's most definitely a downgrade. I'm actually okay with it though, because in its place there's the whole Guardian Spirit skill mechanic. Guardian Spirit skills are, to me, already, the potential of it is a direct upgrade. It's... So I'm like, alright, that's kind of kick-ass. And it can shut down burst attacks? Okay, sign me the fuck up. A win's a win. I used Epon, yeah, I did. Alright, let me catch up on chat. Have I played around with Split Staff's Dragon Dance tech? No, I have not. And I do hope they keep that for Nioh 3. Do I really feel that Guardian Spirit skills will feel better than transforming into yokai abilities? For me, yeah. To me, it feels pretty similar. It's like I remember when I watched the trailer, I'm like, oh look, some new skills, some new yokai abilities. Remember I said like yokai feet or something, and it's like, no, it's just Guardian Spirit skill. So to me, they feel very similar. So, if nothing else, to me at least, they pretty much are going to be the same to me. And when it comes to Guardian Spirit skills, we're going to be able to equip multiple. That's what I thought. I thought White Tiger's Guardian Spirit skill or Nekomata's Guardian Spirit skill was yokai feet. I thought it was going to be like... I thought it was going to be like hybrid type stuff. So we have yet to see a lot of Guardian Spirit skills. The Soul Core stuff is probably a lot easier for them to put in the alpha demo. By the time the beta comes out though, I'm pretty sure we'll have a good grasp of what to expect. I think in the demo, I suspect in the beta demo, we'll be able to have 2 Guardian Spirit skills per Guardian Spirit. And I'm guessing main release eventually will be 3. So then you can have 6 total Guardian Spirit skills. That's what I'm expecting. So I think for me, with the Guardian Spirit skills having a similar functionality to yokai abilities, and being given the upgrade of being able to shut down burst attacks, to me that's a direct upgrade. I also don't know what the Guardian Spirit tree is going to be like. So it's still up in the air, but I have faith it'll be better. Oh god, I say the word feet, y'all go crazy. Anticlimactic. Chancellor, that comment is cursed. I honestly can't wait to watch you play Nioh 3. You're the reason I got into the series. Thank you. So Golden Seed, you're asking, what's that attack I did with the hatchets? Living weapon excluded thing? It's some weird, like, unused attack for the hatchets. It's like in the game files, but I guess they just never had enough time to complete it. I don't know. Okay, let's check chat. I didn't think about Guardian Spirit skill tree. I suppose they could add all sorts of enhancements. For example, you could chain different ones together, feet backflip, yeah, some kind of dash. Who knows? I don't know what they will add. That's why I'm reserving some thoughts. I'm at least assuming it'll be a one-to-one for how soul cores worked in Nioh 2. But we have yet to see until the beta. And a lot can change. So, about Timely Guard, Parry versus Deflect. I see no reason they won't go along just fine. Biggest yokai attack and human foes' active skills won't trigger Spinning Slide and Bolting Boar. Then we'll get Deflect. True, it's possible. But I'm wondering what they're gonna do. I don't know, because they didn't put any Timely Guards in the alpha demo, like, at all. Not a single one. Not a single one, just Deflect for everything. Right, and so with the weapons being split, it's like, how is it going to work for Nioh 3? It just seems like such a huge undertaking. All stances get the deflect, and the mid stance gets a timely guard thing. Right. And it's still, the question in my mind is going to be, what's going to make parries appealing? Like, why wouldn't I just deflect everything? I could just deflect everything, get ki back. But with parries, it's like a greater risk, but what's the reward? I would almost want there to be a slightly higher reward in some way. Like, at least with parries, you can get damage off, which is nice. But I don't know yet. I don't know what to expect. Wasn't there a mechanic where you could perform certain skills out of deflects, though? Like, I remember seeing that with Cuckoo's Call and Resounding Lunge in the trailer. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was because of... I think that was just because you have directional inputs, so it was a little faster, perhaps? I don't know. I wonder how the... yeah, I'm not sure. I wonder how the underworld will work in Nioh 3. I'd say what we saw in the demo was somewhere between Yokai Realm and this. Yeah! We would see the Crucible. Like, we would technically be entering the Crucible. What I'm in right now is the Crucible, so... what is their endgame idea? I don't know. More stagger and stamina depletion. Yeah, like, those are things like I would need to see. To be like, oh, okay. Deflect is my safest option. It's still a challenging option in some ways, but it's a good option. But parries, it's a higher risk and a higher reward. You're like, okay, I gotta stagger an enemy, or I gotta knock them down, or I get like a damage boost or something. But like, I would need to feel like it is a definitive difference from just like deflect. Because otherwise, I'm gonna be like, just deflect everything. Right? Not even bother with those parries. I want those parries to be special, so that's what it boils down to. But maybe they just exclude it? Yeah, that would feel bad, wouldn't it? Disrespected. Parries with animations kind of set you up to be the aggressor again, which deflects the situation. With deflects, the situation doesn't change much. As you said, as felt, it was playing defensive. True. That's true. So I'm hoping to see that, where it's like, oh yeah, parry allows you to be more aggressive, like, or something like that. I wouldn't mind having the ability to change your parry type to switch between a defensive one and a more offensive one like Brute Counter. Maybe tied to the weapon being used or something. Like Sword is defensive while Odachi is offensive. That sounds interesting. I wonder how that could pan out. Ghost of Tsushima is a good example. I think there was a normal parry and the perfect parry, where the normal one is a reposition and the perfect one is more aggressive. Opening the enemy for an attack. Alright, I'll have to take a look, Kusarigama, and Joy, at the trailer then. For that. Ooh, sorry about that. Alright, this level, I'd imagine you get weapon-specific deflect follow-ups. I saw that in the out-of-bounds footage for dual swords. They got, like, deflecting cut. Dude, how many times am I gonna fight him? I've fought him so many times now. Not too bad. What did I want? Oda Nobunaga to kick your ass? I mean, it's not so much I wanted him, it's that I wanted someone besides Magura Nataka. I have fought him so many times in the last few days in the daily depths. It's just like, I just, you know, I want something different. I don't want the same guy. I can't imagine them just removing mechanics without providing any meaningful replacements. So there's probably more to deflect we haven't seen. Right. And it also makes me curious about Mist for Ninja Style too. Because for whatever upgrades they make to Samurai Style, they've got to make Ninja Style feel just as good. Like, if Nioh 2 is getting segmented into various parts for Nioh 3, I 100% want it to feel like the change was worth it. I want it to be like, oh yeah, like this is definitely like a big deal. This is a definitive upgrade. I don't want a second regret to be like, oh man, I wish it was more like Nioh 2. No. I would like Deflect not just standing still, but having some sidestep like in Wolong. If you didn't know, it actually does work like that. With Deflect, you can of course stand in place. But you can move the control stick to control the direction you go. So you can like reposition, like left to right, for example. So hopefully that kind of like massages away some concerns. What are my Twilights today? This one? No. Massage you guys? Okay. I didn't mean for it to get into the weird territory. Now what? Here, I guess. Me and my friends recently downloaded Nioh 2 after playing Nioh 3 Alpha. I just wish we had a jump button. It felt so good jumping in the alpha. Yeah, it did. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, you can... No, I'm not massaging your feet. Get out of here. It's gonna be pretty fun to mix up deflect with dodges then. Yeah, because like you could deflect, right? You could deflect, but then you'd like kind of move back and forth. Not like that far, but it'd be like you could probably like go back and forth, I guess, about the distance I'm walking. You'll see it in the trailer as well. Hey, what's up, Swamps? Alright, I have fire-based stuff. Somehow I don't think that's gonna work in a fire-based level. Plus, I'm also losing my brain playing Ippon. Nioh 3 has one of the best parries I've ever felt. Not as easy as in Sekiro, but also not as hard as in Lies of P. What are we speculating? So one thing I was curious about is how they're going to manage a lot of the parry-based abilities for various weapons. Now that Deflect is a mainstay of Samurai Style. for example, spinning slide. How is that going to work for the axe? Because doesn't it directly compete? So even if it's, say, a replacement, I would want each replacement to still feel meaningful, so how is that going to be a thing? Let's play, speaking of axe, let's play axe. Maybe you could bind it to another button, perhaps, yeah. So like, what would that look like, you know? I would be surprised if they didn't think it through. I'm just curious what things are gonna be. Yeah, I don't think they'd remove the skills. Like, I don't know what they would do. Ah, damn it. Sad times. Hey, what's up, Renee? I saw one of your videos about, what was it, Petrify and Magnify? I was like, Quega, and then just like totally destroyed FPS for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I was like, oh my gosh, there's one of my viewers' videos, cool. I don't know when Nioh 3 is releasing, unfortunately. They say early 2026, but that's very vague. Hey, what's up, Lucky? You saw your comment, thank you. I don't know why the algorithm loves that video so much. I guess many people clicked it and just wanted to see the funny. And it was funny. June 2026 somewhere? Bruh, don't say that. Whoa, I got really ran over that time. Imagine Nioh 3 gets Game of the Year instead of GTA 6, and it becomes a new Elden Ring. We have fans flocking to it, and they start going backwards to play Nioh 1 and 2. I wish. I don't think that'll happen, but I wish for sure. Yeah, that'd be a perfect world, wouldn't it? To be honest, I want Nioh to do well, but more importantly, I just want Nioh 3. The popularity of the game is so secondary to me. If it's popular, cool. If it's not popular, okay. Is it fun for me? Great, I will play it. Yeah, obviously I would want them to continue it. Like, selling it is not my problem. It's a Team Ninja thing. Hey, Goshan. Alright, so what do we got? One of my concerns is the control scheme. I feel they could move the Guardian Spirit skills to L1 rather than to dedicate an entire button to aiming. They did move it to... It is L1. They moved it to the blocking abilities. Or are you talking about moving it to L2? Then what would aiming be? I guess is the question. You meant L2, okay. Makes me wonder what would be, well, how would you aim then? I wouldn't know. But one thing that is interesting is that they did move it from R2, which is style shift. Is just for style shift. And then that got changed, it's just its own separate button. And now L1 is what you select for all the Guardian Spirit skills. So that's like a lot. But then they put directional inputs to compensate, which many players are like, whoa! Not many, but some players are like, whoa, that's quite a lot. Which is very curious. I don't know. So random, but I started calling specific games, like all those titles, you called them Nioh-likes? It's far easier than saying Ninja Gaiden DMC inspired Souls like, yeah. Wonder if they have secret plans to continue Dead or Alive. In all my time being around the fighting game community, I've basically never heard anyone discuss it, even less than the niche anime fighters. Interesting. Hoover, you should definitely make a guide when Nioh 3 comes out on how to approach fights and be able to do what you do. Oh, I certainly will. Just beat Lady Osakabe this morning. Congrats! Look forward to finishing this new game run and the DLC before 3 comes out. I'm sure you will. Lady Osakabe was irritating. I remember that the first time. Yeah, Swamps for sure. I'll be including that. I will totally include that. Give little tips. Some of the videos that I've been releasing now are meant to facilitate that. They could put aiming on a button combination like L2, R2, so that we could... Okay, a button combination for aiming. That's a good point. I wonder what it would be. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I don't use my ranged weapon all that often. It's very rare that I do use it. Nioh 3 guide. She frost on my moon till I arts my proficiency. What? Bruh. Yeah, Swamps, I'll make sure to do that. Well, Swamps, what's your metric for being good enough at Nioh? I'm curious. Chaining combos and constantly staying aggroed on the boss like me? Bro, that's actually a very tall order for people. Playing like me takes a lot of time and a lot of practice. Oh, bro, what? How did I die? Shot down by Gaki! Fuck you, game! Unfucking believable. Yeah, the videos that are coming out are meant to facilitate players understanding how to do it quickly. So like I released a video today about how to learn Nioh 2 quickly, and then I just put some recommendations in there. Oh, where am I going? Alright. Let me see what questions you've asked. One good thing is that if I take 100 tries to beat a boss the first time, every time I fight them after I beat them first try. Very nice. So, what I would recommend when you are trying to learn how to chain combos against enemies is just focus on I talk about this in my videos, but just focus on one thing at a time. So, for example, when you're fighting an enemy, if you don't know what to expect, chaining combos is going to be very difficult. It's too risky and you're just going to die. What I will try to do is learn a boss or learn an enemy enough that I can start filling in certain combos in there. But in order for me to understand what combos I can use, I have to know how to use combos. So what I would recommend is just pick an enemy that's like basically zero threat to you. Like a simple enemy, or maybe like a modest challenge. And then see what you can get away with. And just like experiment with shit. Like in the dojo, the training ground's perfect. You've got a Yoki. Just try to like go crazy. Just go crazy with like, hey, these are the combos that I can think of. Right, if you play really carefully, I can avoid dying a lot. When I try to go combo mad, I get cooked. Right, and this is where developing that experience really helps. For example, Magura Nataka, I pretty much like know, like I may not know every single thing that he's going to do at every moment, but pretty much I've developed a cue of like, okay, he's going to do this move, it's going to last this amount of time, this is kind of what I can get away with. And then there are many moments where I'm like, okay, now I'm in a learning mode, let me push the envelope just a little bit more. Let me just see if I can get away with this. And then either it works or it doesn't, and then I learn from it and go from there. But it's basically very methodical risk-taking. It's not I'm trying 500 things at once on an enemy, it's I'm going to try a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. And I just do that every time. And so what it looks like for you guys, once I have learned a lot of that, mastered a lot of that, is like, yo, dude, how the fuck does he get away with that? I'm just like, oh, I've just practiced it a lot, going from one small step up. So I'm very comfortable going towards more like the extreme combo side, but even then I'll push something a little bit more. So I hope that helps. Did they change any controls for Nioh 3? They did change a few things, so adapting will be a little strange. But I think, honestly, like, let's play Nioh 2. If you have a PC, get the skill expansion mod. So, not everything from Nioh 2 will transfer to Nioh 3, but I think that, like, the mindset, the finger dexterity, all of that will. Let me put it this way, if you can get good with your combos in Nioh 2, you'll probably be very well off when you start applying it in Nioh 3. So even if the button stuff doesn't translate, the head's like, what you've learned, how to learn will transfer over easily. Some of the videos I'm creating that'll be released will be about that. So like today's video was about how to learn Nioh 2 quickly. You can check that out, it's like 5 minutes long. Oh my god. Oh, I just want him to cook. I wonder how much the jumping in Nioh 3 will influence aerial combat, as well as the skills that support that kind of gameplay. Yeah, I'm curious about it too. With ninja style, there's a great deal of support. God damn it. When you're playing Nioh 2, I would just focus on trying to learn how to adapt to things more quickly. Learning how to practice Nioh 2 will help. Learning how to extend combos will also help. It's not like you're completely wiping the slate clean. There's a good amount of overlap. It's just some new button configurations. Bit overkill, but it works. Of everything in Nioh 3, the defensive options is what I look forward to the most. Can't wait to chain all of them possible. Hey, I'm excited for them too. So Bran, you studied the Shrike, you practice on a spear enemy, go to the shrine to bring them back. Repeated that for 3 hours? Damn, that is some commitment. Fortunately, in Nioh 3, don't really have to do that. Or in Nioh 2, you don't have to do that. You got the training ground. No, 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 no. Go. Eat your friend. Yep, thank you for making my life so much easier. Idiot. What? I can't poison a wall? Okay. Just my advice when you're trying to learn how to combo is just focus on one variable at a time. So if you don't know the enemies, focus on just learning the enemies. If you don't understand the skill, how to use the skill of a weapon, learn how to do that. Just one thing, don't overcomplicate it. I'm doing good, how are you? Yet. So yeah. Ugh. I was very greedy there. So I died. You want to enjoy Nioh 3 without comparing myself to much better players. Dude, who gives a fuck about how we play? Like, just enjoy yourself, that's a priority. For real! Yeah, just little by little. The dodge attack, is that to do a dodge key pulse and be able to attack sooner? This is the dodge attack. You just dodge and then press attack real quick. If the key pulse is irrelevant. It's so I can get my dodge attack based buffs. Yeah, no problem. Oh, I missed. That's bad. Fair and balanced and deserved. I agree, Nioh 3 cannot come soon enough. You won't be able to play it on release though? You have a PC though, right? Can you play it on PC by chance? You have an old Dell laptop? Oh, that sucks. Oh, for real? Not bad, I guess. Thanks for the video, Llama. Really appreciated it. I'm still trying to find out where you live, though. I live in America. There you go. Now you know. Come find me. Okay. I find it amazing how fun you make the axe look. Every time I tried it, it just felt lacking in general. Axe can be a lot of fun. It's hard to make it look fun at first because axe is a slower weapon. So what I've learned to do is rather than trying to kind of, I guess, like its weakness is speed, right? But what is it really good at? Super satisfying hits, meaty hits, very powerful hits. So what I like to do, what I like to focus more on is a lot of setup. And so I'll use my soul cores to support the weaknesses of axe. So whether it is, hey, a target's out of range. Here's an ability that deals with the range the problem. Here's something that can help me set up attacks very easily. And so then all of a sudden you're like, bro, you're comboing with the axe. What the fuck is actually going on here? Right, so let me kind of showcase this a little bit in the dojo. Now, that principle of me trying to basically work around the weaknesses of a weapon with other tools is something I do with everything. Oops, that was awkward. And I use the fist to battle the boss Minamoto no Yoromitsu and also use Beyond Infinity, but I don't want to. That makes sense. Always felt like it never had enough skills, like they could have made more stuff for it. Also bear in mind I'm using the skill expansion mod, so I'm going to be able to use more things. That's a big thing. Like, for example, with the axe... Of course I'm scared, mobile gamer. I'm scared. So, for example, I'm using Lumber Chop. It says Lumber Chop, Rampage, and Rumbling Earth, right? But because of the skill expansion mod, I can also use Earth Carver. I can also use Tri-Spark. And I could do Mat Spinner. So I have more access to skills. At least showcase it to any boss. I don't want to though. So here. Take a look at just some axe gameplay without anything too spicy put onto it. I won't do any skill expansion mod stuff. Close enough. Yeah, so I'm using the mod, so of course I'm able to use a lot of things. But here, I'll keep it like, I'll try to make it mod free. Alright, this is very basic axe stuff, right? So that's axe base stuff, which is still pretty good, all things considered. But here's the difference now. Just little things like that. Little soul core here, little soul core there. Now Axe seems like a powerhouse, doesn't it? With all those tools. I mean, look at that. Look at that sequence, right? Look at those sequences. Use Dweller to set up Rampage. I Cloud Crush him and then Karaoke. So when you go to Nioh 3, don't just evaluate weapons in a vacuum. See how you can incorporate the other tools you have, whether it be the Guardian Spirit skills, to just give your weapon-based play a little extra spice. And yeah, so when Nioh 3 comes out, we're basically getting the skill expansion mod on steroids. It's going to be like native to the game. Okay, let's see. Dodge keepballs can also be used for closing distance and immediately begin another combo. Yes, it can. Did they say what weapons we'll have? So, here's what I can 100% confirm in the game. So, the weapons they showed in the alpha were, for the samurai, they had sword, they had katana, or I guess they called it sword. Sword, spear, and odachi. Confirmed. Alright? Ninja style. Dual swords, kusarigama, and talons. Confirmed. Based on official footage, ninja style will also get a sword. You'll be using it in like reverse grip, I guess. That's confirmed. Based on out-of-bounds footage, so this is not confirmed, this is all subject to change. Even though I found it in the demo, it doesn't mean it will actually be a thing in the main game. As much as I would want it to be. So for samurai style, I found dual swords, axe, and then... was that it? Was it just dual swords and axe? I feel like I'm missing one more. Fists. How could I have forgotten that? Then they had fists for samurai. So dual swords, axe, and fists for samurai style. And then for ninja style, it was hatchets and tonfa. That's what I found, but and there's a lot of evidence that supports that they will be in the final game, but again, I don't know. That's what I can say about that. Did you know the Fuki Soul Core, the cannon shot move it does? What about it? Here, I'll just put it this way. You'll see a clip tomorrow, a YouTube short tomorrow, which will just show you how batshit insane powerful Fuki Soul Core is. So just look at that. Look at that for tomorrow. I'm hoping for more counters parry moves. I hope so too. I'm sure we'll get some. I didn't know you could parry yokai with fists until I watched your fist guides. Oh yeah! So that's the thing. Deflect versus opportunist. Why would I, like, I'd be like, yo, I don't need to use opportunist anymore when that opportunist feeling is native to deflect. On every weapon. So how is opportunist going to rise above that? That's what I'm curious about too. Opportunist is basically deflected Nioh 3. Except unlike opportunist, deflect is an upgrade because you can reposition yourself, and second, it even works on elemental attacks. Opportunist does not. Like, if it's like a big ball of lightning, for example, or like Magatsu Warriors, lightning projectiles, or whatever, or a big water wave, you can deflect it. Opportunist, while you can still deflect it, you'll still take damage. Something I'm curious about too. Jar. So for Nioh 3, we lost every unique parry for a boring, perfect block shit? Yes, 100% exactly. There's really no reason why they can't make all weapons both styles. They already have full skill sets for samurai. Just need simpler weapons for ninja and that's it. I know. On the surface, it's like, okay, you can give all the weapons everything, but I'm like, and my thinking is like, they have to rework quite a bit to fit each of the styles, so how's that going to happen? Now, based on what I found outside of the demo area, it's like, well, samurai dual swords and ninja style dual swords, so like, how's that going to feel? The follow-ups to Opportunist, better go crazy to use it instead of deflect. I agree. Right? Like, this is what I was talking about earlier in the stream, which is like, for all these parries, for all these defensive options, in order for me to go for them, I have to understand that there is a better payoff than just deflecting. So I hope that that is made very clear. They put in Cuckoo's Call in the game, but like, in all honesty, I'm like, why the fuck would I want to use Cuckoo's Call? I don't know. I don't know why I would want to use Cuckoo's Call. I'm just like, why don't I just deflect? Now, the one benefit, and this is actually a benefit, the benefit is that with Cuckoo's Call, I can deflect, like, I'm hoping they give it like deflect frames or something, because that can help with like chaining arts proficiency. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, like I can see the application of this. I'm like, okay, so it's like I can use it during arts proficiency. It gives me, it's a skill with enhanced deflect frames, I guess. I'm like, all right, I wouldn't mind that. I'm like, I think that'd be cool. Because otherwise, it's like deflect is, I think if I'm not mistaken, deflecting when you have arts proficiency on basically means arts proficiency is going to go away. Like, it's not an active skill. And I'm like, okay, well, Cuckoo's Call is an active skill with the deflect built into it. I'm like, okay, fine. I think that I'm okay with stuff like that. But then there's a part of me that's like, hey, I would want to be able to use these parries on their own and not have to like, be like, hey, the only time I'm going to use this is during arts proficiency. Like, so we'll just see what they do. I'm basically wanting those things that I may have a greater commitment to have a greater reward. I do not want like if deflect is the base option I have, I want everything else that's a more complex option to provide a more complex like reward. So I'll just have to see. That is something I would put in future feedback if it doesn't get addressed. Alright, mobile gamer, I'll ask Tate Ebushi. You are the GOAT when it comes to Switchclave gameplay. You guys are 100% the GOAT. Getting buffs when you use unique parries may be something to encourage using them, like sizable buffs, yes. Exactly, mobile gamer 320A, I'm a coward. I am, that's why I use Wyra, to hide away from death. Whereas you're the ultimate boss. Deflect should be one of the defense options amongst many others. I agree. Just one. The Nioh 3 Alpha had the perfect blend of new mechanics and legacy skill in my opinion. I can't stand when sequels change too many things. That's what I thought too. I thought it was like a pretty definitive upgrade. It's like they've changed a lot, but the way that I see it is that the changes that they're making are making Nioh evolve into a more different sort of franchise, I guess. Franchise, or like it's an evolution to me. So I just can't wait to see what will happen in the future, all things considered. It felt familiar, but there was a lot for me to play around with. And I loved it. I loved ninja style. I loved using jutsu. That was so cool. I'm like, yo, I want to use more jutsu. Like Cicada Shell was so fun. Using the Guardian Spirit skills was so fun. And I was just imagining that when it's all polished, when it's, you know, when it's polished appropriately, that like it's gonna feel awesome. When I come back to Nioh 2, I'm like, yeah, I got jutsu, it looks cool, but like, kinda eh. Or Frost Moon, for example. I love Frost Moon. Frost Moon was fucking fun. So Brand's like it was a difficult thing. It was weird for my fingers like get used to. So Frost Moon was basically in here. I'll kind of show the inputs. So you can key pulse, right? But then what you want to do on key pulse is then like switch to the, and then like do the input for the same stance. So I'll do an attack, key pulse, and then do like a high stance, switch to high stance, like very quickly. I love Frost Moon because there's like extra depth to it. So of course you had the, like if I wanted to be really aggressive, I do the high stance Frost Moon, the Frost Moon Heaven, for like a good amount of key damage, and it was awesome. Mid stance was if I wanted to like do, I don't know what it's called, a guard point thing. So, but yeah, like a quick counterattack. I'm like, yo, so if someone's being offensive, I could do that shit. That seems pretty cool. And then low stance was just like a dodge back. And so I wasn't too good with the mid stance stuff. But I started getting pretty comfortable with high stance because to me it was just like an extra attack. The low stance stuff I started getting comfortable with when I was using the sword. Because during arts proficiency, for example, if I needed to back away, I didn't have to like move. I would just do the low stance Frost Moon Earth to move back. And then I could sequence that into a true and through. It was like awesome. I was like, yo, this is pretty sick. And then from a true and through, I could like sequence into a heaven flash. Like that was so fun. But yeah, Frost Moon at first was confusing as shit. It was so like difficult for me input wise. Once like I've definitely fallen in love with Frost Moon. It's such a like natural but amazing evolution of Nioh mechanics. It feels right at home to me. I don't think there's even a comparison between Nioh 2 Ninjutsu and Nioh 3 Ninjutsu. I would agree. They're very different systems. Yeah, totally. Jutsu for me in this game is very supportive in nature. In Nioh 3 for ninja style, it's like a very important element of it. And it was straight up fun. Cicada's shell, so good. Just teleport behind somebody. The entire time regaining ki, like, it made ninja style feel very fast. And I didn't really mind the whole, like, oh no, I don't have a ki pulse anymore. I'm like, who cares? I'm regenerating so much ki anyway. Hey Poofer, I sadly didn't get to play the Nioh 3 demo, and I didn't really see from your gameplay if ninja style attacks bounce against guarding enemies. I think they did bounce. They did bounce, actually. For dual ninja swords, they would bounce, but then players were given moon shadow. So it's like, okay, they bounce, well, just do the ninja thing and moon shadow them. Talk about my divorce? What do you want me to talk about related to it? You can ask me questions. What do you want to know? How it's affecting my day-to-day? I mean, it's not. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, it's not. It doesn't affect me. I wonder if Laz is in chat right now. It's possible. Yeah, I mean, it changed me, yes. I've seen people say, like, oh, we could equip more ninjutsu before and lost stances, but they really don't understand that ninjutsu is a new system outright. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's a different system. I think some people naturally aren't used to the change, but for those of you that aren't used to the change going from Nioh 2 to Nioh 3, here's what I would say. Keep an open mind for Nioh 3. Try everything out that you can, and once you have a good understanding of what the game provides, and not just like in your head, but like actual experience, then make those comparisons. And then I think then you can decide, like, once you know, like, all right, this is the Nioh 2 experience, here's the Nioh 3 experience, then it's like, okay, now I have a good understanding, I can decide what I like. It's frustrating to talk about because people can't move past the names being the same. And the truth is, Solitas, I don't engage with that for that reason. If someone isn't open-minded, like, I can't. It's not going to work. Which is why I say, hey, just be open-minded. Be curious. Ask great questions. And I'm like, yeah, like, once I did that, I was like, dude, Nioh 3 is going to... I'm so, like, optimistic about Nioh 3. Mobile gamer, I don't think I'm going to play Nioh 2 for the rest of the stream. Just FYI. Okay, so... Yeah, I mean, Kisuke, but the divorce had good benefits for me. Like, I learned a lot. A lot of, like, healthy things. Cass and I are on, like, overall very good terms. She's actually messaging me some memes right now. Were you depressed before they announced Nioh 3? No. So one thing that Wizard's asking me... Sorry, there's multiple thoughts that are going down. So mobile gamer, hold your thoughts for a bit. So Wizard's asking me, Poofer, can you elaborate about more when you said you weren't that hyped for Nioh 3? You talked to Cass about it, but I didn't quite fully understand. Yes, when I heard the Nioh 3 news, I remember, like, I watched the trailers and I made that footage, but I remember I just, like, I was actually quite sad about it. And I didn't know why. I was like, yo, shouldn't I, like, be happy about this? This is like Nioh 3, bro. Like, but then when I really came to think about it, for me, Nioh 3 represented a life, a way of living, rather, that I think has as Kusuke is kind of hinting about, it's like, hey, were you depressed before they announced Nioh 3? Or other viewers have noticed me like, yo, man, like, you didn't seem that happy. You seemed lost or disconnected. And so I think for me at that moment, it was my brain being like, Nioh 3 is coming out, and then in some way like reliving a lot of like the stress that came with everything to do with my experiences with content creation for Nioh 2, where it's like, yeah, it felt like a chore. No, I wasn't happy doing it from day to day. When I heard the news about Nioh 3, I wasn't as excited as I am about after I played the demo. Or when I was playing the demo, I was thinking about it from a very grind perspective. And for me, having a grind sort of mentality for something that ought to be fun is extra depressing. So she had told me, she's like, yeah, I think you're kind of grieving your old self. And I agreed with her. She was right. Oh yeah, Brent, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Like, I'm totally like, I moved on from from everything like negative related to the divorce. I mean, Cass and I have a much better relationship today, so it's like a non-issue. So Abot is saying, we need, when we style switch, we get a window for key pulse. I would fucking love that. I hope that's one of those skills we get to put in. Because for Samurai style, they had it key pulse on guard. They added like a lot of cool things for each of them, and then I'm just like, yo, like these changes are awesome. I want these upgrades. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. So maybe they will put that in. So am I gonna tone down with Nioh 3 this time? In some aspects, absolutely. I do not want to grind. I do not want some soul crushing, like, oh my god, I gotta pump out content. And basically just do it in a sense that I'm not happy with anymore. So I want my Nioh 3 experience, content creation experience, to be one of joy. Make it fun. That will be number one, the most important thing. That I am doing, what I'm doing with it is happy and fun and exciting. That is it. That's it. So I am practicing more about what I want for my channel, which is I want to enjoy myself. Glad you got divorced, brother. Honestly, me too. That's like not even bullshitting. Glad I got divorced because then Cass could get away from all the toxic shit I was putting her through. And it was a good wake-up call. I fucking needed it. Yeah, I'm happy for her too. I'm jealous you have someone to talk about these things. Then all you gotta do is find someone you can talk to about those things. Happy for Cassandra, she's mine. What are you talking about? Okay. What are you talking about, dude? This is starting to get a little weird. I'm gonna be very honest. She left you for me? Bruh. You're getting into weird territory, dude. Not even because that would bother me, but because you would say something like that. Do you understand that? Like, saying something, for example, oh my god. Of course, I should have known. Look, man. Look, dude. Here's the thing. I'm here to try to have fun. I'm here to try to create positivity, create wholesomeness, create growth. All right? And the truth is, I would like you to be a viewer of mine. I would like to have fun with you. I would like to have gawky jokes, whatever, at my expense. That's fine. But, like, the reality is, as much as my heart might want to, and it does want to, the thing is, I can't allow this type of behavior in this channel. Because it's just souring the experience for everybody else. So, you gotta go, dude. Mobile Gamer, yes, I saw your comments. No, I'm not gonna do that. Stop making these weird requests, dude. Here's the thing. No, I do not love Gaki. Fuck off, you guys. So here's the thing. If Cassandra did leave me for this person, do you want to know how much that would bother me? Fuck all. You know why? Because I would understand why. Because I was not a good husband. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Newsflash. Person's like, you know, my husband is not great at all. I'm gonna leave him and go for somebody who will give me happiness. I'm like, that makes fucking sense. It's just showing that, like, it's like, wow. Now, I'm like totally at peace with that. Like, there's so much depth to what happened to me within the last 2-3 years that, like, shit like this is so, like, dumb. And I'm more, like, offended that you guys have to deal with it. I feel bad that people resort to trying to, like, drag others down. Like, come on, this is a video game stream. Let's just have fun. Ugh. I'm, like, so fucking immune to this. Damn, did I tell her? It's, like, it's just sad. Show her, did I tell her, show her what Nioh 2 is made of? She's played it. Anyway. But yeah, I'm doing okay overall. I'm just getting a little, like, I'm at the point where I'm just like I wanted to give energy and, like, try to work things out with people who are obviously operating in bad faith. And now I'm slowly at the point where I'm just like, I'm done. Seriously? This is just sad. This is just sad. Like, yeah, I think I do need to be more liberal with banning, to be honest. It's just sad, like, because these are probably the people that need the most love. And And that's the thing, like Brand is saying, he's ready to move on. And that's the reality. We're gonna move on. And these people are gonna be left behind. And they're gonna keep doing what they're doing. It's gonna be fun for them in some way, but anyway. Yeah, they're gonna have to find it elsewhere, not here. Oh. My heart goes out to them, but then they probably need love the most. But can't have that in here. It's not good for me, it's not good for the channel, it's not good for anybody else. But yeah, just... I expect I'll be dealing with this for some time. Now it's up to them to decide how much they want to invest in this. So, I'll leave it to them, but yeah. Anyway. Fine, mobile gamer, I'll play the fist. I'll do it just for you. You've irritated me long enough for this shit. Oh my god. Yes, you want the fists? You want the fists engraved? Why? You're right, Wizard. I am giving too much attention to it. I'm giving someone who doesn't deserve chances any more chances. So... what it's teaching me is just stop. Do you think we'll have... Am I getting Ninja Gaiden Ragebound? I'm on the fence for it, to be honest. It might be something I play casually. Mobile gamer, yo, stop. I'm not doing that. Like, just, look, just... I've entertained a lot of your shit. Stop, please. I've already told you, stop. I've already said I don't want to do that, I'm not doing it. In fact, fuck it. I'm not even, like... I'm not even gonna... I was originally gonna do the fists and the switchblade stuff, but I don't even want to do it anymore. Alright, just stop, dude. Come on. When does Ninja Gaiden 4 come out, by the way? That will come out October 21st, I believe. And then, I don't know if there'll be a demo, but I would love for there to be one. But I think we're getting any news on the Nioh 3 beta. Maybe next month. I love sword hatchets, they're a lot of fun to me. Great news, any news on you and Cass getting back together? No, not anytime soon. It's not even a question. And Crimson. Yo. Do I need to state the obvious? Dude. Crimson, I'm gonna give you one chance to acknowledge what I'm talking about. If you don't, I'm kicking you out. I've, like... I'm giving you legit one chance. Acknowledge or leave, or you're out. So, again, one chance. So, if you're a fan of Sahur, whoever that is, do you understand my reservations towards you? Are you going to acknowledge all the shit that happened in Discord? If that's the case, I want to see that. Otherwise, you are out. Alright, I'm done with this. I don't like... Right, and Crimson... You get one chance. I'm giving you that chance right now. The next sentence you say will determine what I do. So let me make this also clear. If I hear nothing, you're out. If I hear something that I don't like, it's out. It's that simple. Alright, you didn't... You understand? I'm done. I'm not entertaining this. Like, that's it. I don't want to deal with it. Alright, mobile gamer. You are acting really weird. I'm giving you one chance to act like a normal fucking human being. If that does not happen, you are out. Talking about searching me up is weird as shit. I'm here playing video games, dude. That's it. I'm playing fucking video games. I don't need to be told, hey, can you do this for me every single time? I don't need, like, I've already said no, I don't want to. And by the way, you behaving is the base fucking line I expect for people on my stream. Joking around is separate from behaving. People who've been on my channel know that long enough. I do not want to have to keep telling you, hey, I don't want to do it. I'm gonna do what I want to do on my stream. You don't like it? Fucking leave. And if you're going to continue, I'm going to ban you. I have, like, I try to be nice and I go out of my way to be kind. And people sometimes try to take advantage of my leniency by thinking I'm weak. So, there's a limit that I have. Once that limit gets passed, I will get fucking nasty. And I do not want to do that. Anyway. Yeah, there's a Discord server. The link to it is in my, like, one of the links of, you know, like, next to my channel. Yeah, so I added a Discord server recently. Right, so people, when they apply, I won't necessarily let them in. So you might be waiting for some time. Yeah. Yep, it's gonna be, you know, I'm gonna check to see if I want someone on my channel. It's entirely up to my discretion. I don't immediately approve people. Hey Shark Zoo, how's it going? Am I enjoying the game? Yeah, the game's fun as usual. I might have played it a lot, but it's still fun. Okay. What's your opinion of Lady Reiko as a boss? For me, I love her design. I think she does a lot of really cool things. So it's like a big spectacle. But my experience fighting her is generally not that enjoyable. Okay. I find that it's either a fight where it's like she's super offensive on me or I'm super offensive on her. It doesn't feel like an even sort of fight. So I generally dislike it for that reason. Now that I've heard Raiko, wasn't that the name of the double doggo? Oh, paired Raiken, yeah. Yeah, we didn't see him in Nioh 2. I wonder if he'll come back in Nioh 3. Let me see. Let me catch up on some chat things. Lady Raiko is saved by how badass her moveset is? Yes, yes indeed. You telling me you don't like it when people fight like you? Maybe. So Nioh is saying, one thing I really hope Nioh 3 does is port over Nioh 2 bosses, like a majority of the amazing ones I want to see there. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that too. Shuten Doji would be so cool. It makes me wonder, like, now that there is Nioh 1 and Nioh 2, what rosters are going to be for Nioh 3? How new is it going to be? How much of the old things will they bring in and spice them up? I mean, for me, the more the better, to be honest. Ninetales? Yeah, that could be cool too. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, I think I'm actually gonna get off the stream now. It's been a little over 2 hours. Yeah, Oji Nobunaga would be fun too, not gonna lie. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop the stream for now. Like, just... because... wanna go? Yeah, what's up? Before I get off, what's up? I knew it. I knew it. I'm not even remotely surprised. Bro, I'm not even remotely surprised. I knew it. I knew it. As soon as he came in, I was like, the timing of this is whatever. Mobile gamer, I'm not going to. I'm not okay. I'm not dealing with this either. I've already told you this enough times. You're out. Okay, whatever. I don't want to deal with this anymore. So, okay. Anyway, so one thing I will say for those of you that are here is that I want to make the stream for the guys that are actually meaningful. All right, someone who actually presents value to this community, to my general enjoyment. Right, Solitas, I suspected as much, but oh well. Anyway, you want to troll? Go ahead, man. I mean, if it's really that enjoyable to you, go ahead, I guess. Like, what's happening is I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right, same shit. Like, okay, cool. Move on. Hey, whatever makes them happy. If this is what makes them happy, whatever. I know, people are like joking about the divorce. I'm like, everything related to it is like not even remotely a threat. It's like, no, it's just not. And like, I'm more just like, ugh. I'm like, this again. Where are we, 5 years old? But oh well. The amount of what's happening for me internally is that like at first, you know, I would put a lot of time into it, but slowly over time I'm just like, nah, I'm just not even bothering. I'm like just not even bothering anymore. But oh well. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see everybody next time. Take care and see ya.